Hello everyone, welcome to another fun live session by STEM and Space on Spacetopia. My name is Suparna and with me we have Garvit sir also here, and today we are going to do something very interesting. So I hope you all know that this whole week we are celebrating our World Space Week. So let me just share my screen. So I hope you all are aware that we are celebrating our World Space Week, which started on October 4th and it will go on till October 10th. Okay. And this is actually a celebration it's actually a largest space event on Earth. And actually we are celebrating, the science and technology and how that is actually contributing to the betterment of human condition. Okay, so this is actually the main motto of World Space Week, and like I already shared in the last previous two live sessions that these October 4 and October 10 is actually very important dates for the space exploration field, because on October 4th, 1957, we launched our first human-made Earth satellite, which is a Sputnik 1. And on after a decade later, in 1967, we signed a outer space treaty for this peaceful space exploration. Okay, because all the countries, they started sending their own satellites to space. So we needed a peace outer space treaty for peaceful space exploration. It was a needed. Okay, and to commemorate these two dates, we are celebrating the whole week as the World Space Week. Okay, and we already had two sessions this week, and this is our third session. And the World Space Week, every year they will have some topic, and the year's topic is very interesting. It's living in space. Okay, this is actually exploring humanity's journey beyond the Earth. We are actually learning different aspects of living in space. Okay, now today we are going to do something very interesting. So I hope you all know that we are going to play a digital escape room, which is actually a fun way of learning different topics. Okay, so the digital escape room is that generally it's a very fun way of learning topics, but today we are going to be a little bit more specific. We are going to learn various aspects of living on other planets, okay, which includes essential life support systems like oxygen, temperature, pressure, or various research that can go on in the future settlements, or about the data transmission, how we are going to communicate with the other planet. That is a different thing. So that is a very important aspect of it, and also about the transportation system. So I hope some of you already know what is exactly a escape room, but you must have played the physical escape room. So what will happen in a physical escape room is you will be locked in inside a house or a room, and there will be a task which will be assigned to you, like dismantling a bomb, or or escaping from a haunted house or something like that. And you will have a very limited time, and in that limited time you have to finish a set of puzzles and cryptic questions, and when you finish all those things, you will get a clue which will lead you or which will help you to move to the next room. Okay, and this is a similar thing will happen in the next room, and like that you will go on from one room to another, and finally you will escape from that place. Okay, so this is what happens in a physical escape room. And here today we also have a very interesting escape room, which is actually a digital. It's going to be online. Here also we will have 4 rooms. Okay, and in that 4 rooms, each room will contain a code. Okay, and you have to get that code. To get that code, you will have to do some puzzles or cryptic questions. Okay, and each question will give you, so there will be a lot of questions in each room, and these questions will give you a parts of the final code. So I'll request all of you to keep a paper and pencil ready with you, because you need to write down these puzzles, the codes from each question, and then that will be the final code. So you have to write down. Also, there will be some mathematical questions which you will have to do. So keep a paper and pencil ready with you. And Once it's done, you will move on to the next space. Okay. Or finally, after doing all these cryptic questions, you can escape out of a failing Mars base. So read all the questions carefully, and you have 30 minutes. You will get 30 minutes to complete this entire escape. I hope it's clear. I hope all the rules are clear. It's just very basic. It's going to be a digital escape room. We will share a link of escape room to you. You just have to click the link, and then I'll show you all those steps. But you just basically, it will take you to a escape room activity, and where you have to read properly all the questions, instructions. There will be some cryptic puzzles and questions. You have to answer that will give you codes. Okay, each question will have some parts of the code. You have to add those, you have to collect those small tiny codes for getting the entire code, and that will help you to go from one room to another. Okay, so I hope it's clear for everyone. Then if it's clear, then give me a yes in the chat, and then we will start. All right, and let me know if you kept the paper and pencil ready also. These are two things you have to keep. One is keep the paper and pencil ready, and also second thing is, yeah, if you are ready, then we can just start. Okay, so I'll be sharing a link in the chat. You have to click. So there is one disclaimer. You have to log in using your email ID. So just let me share the link first. Okay, so we will share the link. And if you have any doubts, or if you're getting stuck somewhere, you can come back and you can ask me. Okay, so let me tell you once again, keep a paper and pencil ready. And when we share the link, you just have to click, and it will take you to a page where it will ask you for a sign in. Okay, and yes, so let me just share my screen again. So when you click on the link, it will actually take you to a sign-in page. Okay, it will take you to a sign-in page where you have to just log in through Google. Okay, you can write your email ID and then just click on this get your magic link. Okay, then you have to go back to your Gmail, and there are two ways actually you can get this code. One is you can type your email ID over here and click on this get the magic link. It will send the link to your email ID. You can go and open it from there, or else you can basically just open it from here. You can just click on this Google link and it will automatically open for you. Okay, so there are two options to join this quiz. So let me know if you all are ready, or if you logged into, this escape room. Let me know in the chat. So let me know, at least give me a yes or no if you're finding it difficult, or if you don't know how to do it. Please let us know in the comments. We will help you out.
So yes, so before you all start also, let's discuss what is the whole story of this escape room, right? So ma'am, can you share that?
Yes, sure, sir. So I was just waiting for everyone to join, then we can together go through that question.
Yeah, the timer will start.
All right. So once you enter your email ID, once you sign in through your email ID, you are actually going to come to a Google form. And in the Google form, you can actually, in the beginning, it will ask you for your full name. This is actually a required section. You have to type in your name. Okay, so please type your full name. and only then you can enter the escape room. Gavi sir, you want to add something here?
Just after they add their full name, we'll get to what the story is about for the escape room. So everyone, when you click on that link there, just wait for a minute. Enter your full name as we show you all the steps. If anyone has any doubts how to enter, how to log in, do tell us in the chat.
So the link, I can see in the comments, some of you are saying the link is not working. The link will work, but it will take you to another page. It will ask you to sign in. So you have to sign in using your email ID. So you can just click on this Google icon, okay, and then you can sign in from your Google account directly over there. Or you can type your email ID. If this is not working, you can type your email ID, click on get your magic link. It will actually take you to, it will send a link to your email ID. You can open the email ID over there, and you can just join from that link. One link will be shared to your email. So just join from there. That is also another way of doing it. The link is working. I can see a lot of people already joined. So please try this again. And once you join, it will show you to the first page. And the first page include, you have to write your full name. So please don't forget to write your full name, and you can click next, and that will start the escape room. All right, so let's understand what is actually happening here. Okay, so our escape room name is Mars Escape Room, the last transmission. Okay, let's see what's happening today. You are a part of a science crew stationed at Mars Base Camp, conducting vital experiments when suddenly an alarm blares. You have 30 minutes to evacuate. So there is actually a huge asteroid impact, and that asteroid impact actually created a massive dust storm. Okay, and that massive dust storm is approaching your facility, and you have to escape from there. But the impact has damaged the life support system of your facility. You need to temporarily fix it to send your research data back to Earth and escape to a safe settlement. You just have 30 minutes to save your data and to make it out safely. So this is actually the plot. Your Mars is under attack of an asteroid, and then it's already happened. The asteroid impact already happened. It's created a huge massive dust storm. It's approaching your facility. You have to save the data. So you already did a lot of research. You spend a lot of months, years for doing this research. Now you have to save this data. You have to send this data back to Earth, and only then you have to escape from there. Okay, so now in the Mars settlement, you have 4 rooms. Okay, so let me see where you will go first. So I already told you the life support system is damaged. So life support system contains the oxygen, the pressure, and the temperature of the settlement. It includes all these things. So our life support system is actually damaged. So you have to first temporarily fix it. Okay, so now there are 4 options here: life support system, and you have the research zone where it contains all the research and samples which you did for years. And there is a data center. So in data center, you are going to transmit. So this is where you have to go to transmit your data to Earth. Okay, and then we have the transportation station. Once you finish the entire process, like your objective is to first send the data and escape. So after sending the data, you can get into a rover and you can escape. Okay, and that is actually the transport station where all the rovers and spacecrafts are parked. Okay, now you can do your escape room. You only have 30 minutes to do this entire room. So you can do that, and I'll be explaining to you each room here side by side. So if you have any doubt, you can always come back here and you can ask, if there any question, you can ask in the comments and we will be explaining to you. All right. So now let's click on the life support system, because we are, the life support system is damaged. So first we have to go and fix that. All right. So let's go to the life support system. So this room controls the temperature, pressure, and oxygen for the entire settlement. but you came to the settlement, but you saw that one of the airlock is unlocked. Okay, so causing the system to fail. You need to lock it, but to do so, you must enter a code. So here is the first task, everyone. Your airlock is open. Now you have to enter a code to lock it. Okay, and this code contains 3 numbers. You have to look for that code in this room. Okay, let's check the room and find what is there. Yes. So how will you get the code? You can see there is a computer over here and there is a user manual also here. So you can actually check. You can actually click on, there is an option over here. You can first check the computer or you can go and see the user manual. It's up to you which one you want. You guys don't have to wait for my instruction. You can start, read the instruction, read the questions carefully, and you can just start. And only if you have any doubt, you can come back to this room and you can ask. So I think,
The
yes,
chat,
sir.
the chat has stopped now, so I guess everyone has started working. All the best, everyone. All the best.
Yes, all the best, everyone. I just want everyone to escape from our Mars facility because otherwise we'll all get trapped inside. So please try it fast. We only have 30 minutes. Let's escape from here. Okay. So now I think, sir, so what do you want? Like, sir, you want to see the computer? The computer might have a code or the user manual may have some information. So what do we do? We are
Well,
running out of time.
yeah, I guess we need a code. So computers have code. So I guess we can go with a computer.
Yes, computer will have the code. And let's select the computer might have a code.
Okay,
Let's see the computer. Oh my God, the computer is not working, sir. See, it's still loading and we don't have time to.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. It's an asteroid attack, so all
Yes,
the electronics are not working. So
wirings and everything.
we'll have to go old school now.
Yes, we have to go to old school. We have to go and check the user manual. So let's go and see the user manual. So now user manual contains information about the life supports room. Let's read it carefully since it may contain some clues. So everyone, I'll repeat, you have to read, you have to read the entire user manual. So now if you're struggling, okay, so I can see in the comments, what should I do in the supporter? You first have to read. See all the instruction you have to read, and you can choose. There are 2 options. You can either go check the computer or you can directly come to the user manual. Okay, you just have to select that particular option and you can click next. It will take you to the next part. I hope that explains your answer. Now, so first, first, can we check the first life supporting system, which is essential for our life?
Yeah, sure, sure. So let's see.
Maintaining oxygen.
We would need oxygen. We are on Mars.
Yes, we need oxygen, right? So restore the oxygen. Okay, now before that, let me just help someone out because there is actually somebody's stuck. So now,
So how to go to the computer?
yes, how to go to the computer. So what you have to do is there are 2 options here, right? You're already in the life support room. And here you have 2 options. Computer might have a code and user manual might have some information. So we
Yeah.
already tried the computer.
I guess they might be clicking on the picture. So guys, the picture is not clickable. You have
Yes.
to click on the options.
So to get the code, see, I can see some of you are, I know that you are in a hurry. To get the code, you have to solve some puzzles and cryptic questions. You won't get the code on the computer. You have to go through each and every question, and then only you will get the code.
And get the
Yashna,
code and get the code fast. That's
yes, please get the code fast. You have only 30 minutes. And I'm already choosing the user manual because I already tried the computer. I got to know that it's not working. So I came to the old school style. I'm just going through the user manual to get it. So now you have to restore the oxygen level first inside your life support system to correct the amount of, by using the correct amount of carbon dioxide. So in Mars settlements, we already tried this experiment out also. we are going to use a machine called MOXIE. Okay, it's called Mars Oxygen In Situ Resource Utilization Experiment, which is already done on Mars. Okay, what this machine will do is it will convert the carbon dioxide, because in Mars atmosphere, 95% of atmosphere is filled with carbon dioxide. So we are going to use that carbon dioxide and we are going to convert that into oxygen using this MOXIE, instrument. Okay. Now the hint for the next question is somewhere here inside this.
Okay, so solving this, we will get the code also.
Yes. Yes. So by solving this, you will get the first code. So if you solve the first oxygen question, you will get the first digit for your code. So code contains 3 digits. Everyone, I'll repeat, the code contains 3 digits and the first digit you will get from the first question. Okay, and to solve the first question, you have to read the user manual carefully. And I repeat, keep a paper and pencil with you. You don't have to put your answers in the chat box, just write it down in a paper. And from each question, you will get one part of the code. Okay, then at the end, you can just combine all those together and you will get the final code. All right, so let's see the first question. You have 4 cylinders here, and each of these cylinders contain carbon dioxide. Okay, and we know that we have to create 30% of 30 units of oxygen. So see, now MOXIE, we already know that it will convert the carbon dioxide to oxygen. Now the valves of this cylinder, which cylinder you have to open to generate 30 units of oxygen and stabilize the habitat for 30 minutes? That is actually the tricky question. But I'll repeat, there is a hint, and that hint is actually in the user manual. So I want everyone to first read the user manual properly and do this question. Okay, I'm not going to give out the answer, but whatever answer you choose from here, that is going to be the first digit of your code, final code. Okay, so quickly check that. See, and I don't want anybody to put your answers in the comments, because then you are not, you're giving out the answers to everyone. We don't want that. Let everybody try themselves and find the code. Okay, so this from here, you will get the first code. Now, after this, let's come back to the page 2. Okay, so we are going to the next page because we have to stabilize oxygen, temperature, and pressure. All 3 are like here and there. So we have to first fix it. So now once you get the code, once you've turned on the cylinder, let's go to the temperature. Read this user manual properly. And the question with that is, the temperature is failing rapidly and has reached -2 degrees Celsius. Adjust the temperature to restore the safe condition and protect your research. So there are 4 heaters. You have to turn on heaters. Okay. So the code to which temperature you have to turn on, it's already given in the user manual. I'm not telling you the answer, but it is somewhere in the user manual. Go check it. But understand, current temperature of the settlement is -2 degrees. Okay. So the first question is, which heaters you have to turn on to maintain the first, maintain the temperature inside. Okay. Then this heater, when you turn on the heater, how many heaters you turned on will be the second digit of your code. Okay. Once you give the code, you can come back and there is actually the third page which explained to you about the pressure inside our facility. Now the question here, the airlock is critical in facility because the pressure inside the habitat and outside on Mars is very different. Okay, so if the airlock is open, then of course all the air will go out and the entire base will collapse. So now you have to get a code. The final code for the final digit for the last code is somewhere in this Sudoku. Okay, so first you have to finish the Sudoku, which I hope the rules are given over here. The Sudoku is a 4x4 Sudoku. You have to only use the numbers from 1 to 4. Each row must contain at least one number. Each number at least once. not at least, only once. And each column must contain each number only once. Okay, and not only that, even inside this small cube, two by two box also must contain the number only once. And once you finish the Sudoku, this number inside this red color box is going to be the third digit of your code. And once you've understood what is the code, you can enter your code here and you can unlock it. So I'm just moving on to the next part. I hope everybody is following. Let's go to the next part. So now the life support system is stabilized, temporarily stabilized. And now you came out of the life support group. So, but the settlement is about to collapse. So you have to collect the research samples. So now I'll call upon Gurvit sir to explain a little bit about the research center and what's going on here, sir.
Well, this research center is for so many years, people were living on Mars. They were doing various kinds of research, collecting samples of plants, soil, water on Mars. But now we see it's locked. On the main time when we have to escape, it's locked. So now we have to search for the unlock, the passcode to unlock it. So for looking for the passcode, we have two things. Either we can look at the notice board or we can look at the table. There are few things on the table. It might contain the passcode. So what do you say, ma'am?
Let's search the table, sir, because tables mostly contain some clues. So let's go search the
Let's see.
table.
Let's see. Oh, the table has empty sample jars and some random stuff. Well, we don't want random stuff. We
Don't
want
do that,
a particular
please.
code.
Let's
So
go back and search the notice board, sir.
yeah, let's go to the notice board now. So we can just click on it and go to the notice board, and the notice board looks very cluttered. It has a lot of stuff on it, and three things are popping out. So let's see what these three things are. So the first one is a graph. So scientists have been recording the total number of Mars quakes every year. And for some reason, these Mars quakes are increasing every year. Might be some geological activity going on Mars. And on the first year, they saw that there are four earthquakes, then five, then nine, then 16. So, if this pattern follows, what would be the number of earthquakes in the fifth year? So, this research was going on that they were measuring the number of earthquakes, making a data about it, and now we have to predict it according to the pattern what could be the next number. So this is your series 4. Scroll up.
Yes. So you can just click on the correct answer and that will give you the first two digits of your passcode. Okay, very important. Write down whatever number you're typing, note down that number, that will be the first two digits. Then let's go to the next question.
Then let's see what is the second type of research scientists were doing there. So inside the Mars Research greenhouse, there were some plant samples that were growing by different criterias. First was that they were growing using recycled water. Then they were growing only using Martian soil, and there were genetically modified plants also to survive in that low pressure environment. And this is the Venn diagram that the scientists made. And we have to study this Venn diagram to figure out that how many plants grew in both the conditions of recycled water and in Martian soil. So we have to study this diagram and figure out how many plants would be growing in both of these conditions. That's some
And let me tell you that answer, whatever number you choose, that is going to be the third digit of your passcode. So please write it down on a paper. Very important.
Okay, then the last research is that they were figuring out how much radiation a human body can absorb on Mars. So on week 1, they figured out it's 520 microsieverts, then 480, then 500, and you have to figure out what should be the average radiation that the astronauts were exposed to on Mars. So
Yes,
yeah.
I know these are tricky questions. So please do it on a paper and select the answer here. I know that it will take some time, but we have to hurry. We have only 30 minutes and already a lot of time passed. So please, everyone, be fast and type, select your answers. And
I
once
guess
you
we
select
can
your
help.
answer,
I guess we
yes,
can help a few students by telling a trick to the first question that let's see that series of 4, 5, 9, 16. What could be the next? I'll just tell you a trick. So, ma'am, can you scroll up and go to that?
yes, sir. Yes, so this is actually a little tricky puzzles they got.
A little.
So,
Can you scroll up a little more? So I can
okay.
see the series. So they can see the series. Yeah. So the series shows that the number are 4, then 5, then 9, and then 16. So did anyone crack the code? What could be the next number over here? Don't tell the number.
Don't tell the number, just say yes or no.
So I can see that in these two numbers, 4 and 5, there is a difference of 1. And in 5 and 9, there is a difference of 4. And from 9 to 16, there is a difference of, you can tell, 7. Yes. So, what should be the next difference? So, if I see the differences, the difference between 1 and 4 is 3. The difference between 4 and 7 is also 3 again.
Okay, so
So,
there
there
is a pattern here.
this is a pattern going on. So figure out this number, then figure out this number. That would be your answer to this question, which will be the first two digits of your code.
Right. That's interesting, sir. This is a very interesting. But we have to hurry. We don't have much time. Let's escape. We have to collect all the research because the research room, sample room is locked. We have to put this code to get into the research lab. Sample room and to get the samples. So when you enter the passport, the first two digits are from the answer of first question. Third digit is the answer of the second question, and fourth digit is actually the first digit of the answer of the third question. So please make sure that you're noting it down and entering the correct code. Okay. So once you enter the code, we can directly quickly open the sample room and collect the data. Okay. Now data collection is already done. Now let's go to the data center to transmit all these data back to Earth, because that is what the main important task is. That was our main objective. We have to save the data. We have to send these to Earth. That is the main task. Okay, so now you successfully collected the data and now you entered the data center. The data needs to be transmitted, but there is a problem again here. The computer is locked. Okay, and we don't know the password. So what option do we have? We already do this same thing, right? We do it normally when there is a password issue. We have to click on the forward password, and this is actually going to open the password recovery center, which will ask you a set of security questions. Okay, so to retrieve the password, you have to answer all these security questions. So the first security question is actually a captcha code.
You
You can
capture.
see here. Yes, sir. So this is a very interesting. What is this? We are not getting what exactly this word is, right? But you have to understand, even the Mars landers and rovers, when they capture the image, it might be sometimes those images will be in some unusual angles. Okay, because of the landing position of on the or because of the terrain. So engineers, when they get this picture, they have to actually rotate and correct it for understanding it. So this is actually a similar type of puzzle. You have a word here and we don't know what is that word. So, and I'll tell you, this is actually a mirror image of a word. So, you can use a mirror. If you have a mirror access over there, you can use a mirror. Or simple trick is you can take your phone, you can open your front cam and you can just show it on the screen. Okay, that is also a way. I'm just giving out clue. If you have time, you can do that, and then this is going to be the first answer. Okay, you have to write what exactly these words are. I mean, what is this word? You have to write it here. And the
Yeah.
fourth letter. Yes, sir.
No, I was just thinking that this is a Mars facility, so these captchas are supposed to be a little tricky.
Yes, and of course it is the control room, so anybody can't, like, if somebody comes and try to steal the data, it should ask proper security questions. Otherwise, otherwise it will not be there. It's a facility, right? So now coming back to the question, when you actually get the answer, the fourth letter of this word is going to be your first code. So everyone, the word is actually a mirror image of a word. You have to first find what is this, and you have to write the fourth letter of this word is the first code. I'll give you one hint. This is actually India's first Mars mission. Okay, I'm just giving out clue, but try it out and find the correct answer. Type it in the, proper spelling. Okay, don't confuse with the spellings. Now, coming back to the next, so there are two security questions. Second question is actually another interesting one, which is actually a binary code. Okay, now you have already, they decoded two letters for you, but the middle two letters you have to decode. And we already gave a binary reference sheet over here. So you all know that computer's language is binary, which is zeros and ones. Okay, now computer will only understand the binary. So whatever text, images, data, everything will be in binary. Computer will understand only binary. But when we actually get these data, it's not in binary form because they are decoding those. Okay, computer is decoding those binaries into a readable format for us. So make sure that you are reading, going through this reference sheet properly, and you can just look at the reference sheet and find these two missing letters. Okay, and these two missing letters, when you get that, you have to write the entire word, not only the missing letter. You have to write what is this entire word, as this will be the second question. Okay, so this you have to write the entire word. If you can write it in capital, that will be better. Without any spelling mistake, you have to write. Now, that is very important because I'll tell you why this is important. So please don't make any mistake over here. Now, the next task is to count the number of ones in the second letter. So once you, after finding these two letters, you have to count the number of ones in the second letter. So now the code, we have to enter the code for opening the computer, and the code has 3 characters, 1 letter and 2 digits. Okay. So now the first character is the fourth letter of the correct answer. So the first question is actually the first digit is the fourth letter of the correct answer. Second character is the third letter of the binary. So after decoding, the third letter of the binary is the second code. Sorry, second character. Now, third character of the code, it's actually the number of ones in the second binary letter. Okay, so find it, write the code, and then finally we send the data. We finish all our tasks. Now we just have to escape from here. So this is actually the transport station where you will we have our rovers and space vehicles. So now we have to go to the next settlement. Okay, but there is a problem. Our rover is not starting. It is actually having we need a code to start the rover. Okay, so there are actually a number of checklists. We have to complete this checklist to get the code and to get the rover running. Okay, so now let's first go and see the checklist. The first checklist task is to activate solar panels. So here you can see all the solar panels are dusty, and solar panels are the device which converts the sunlight into electricity. So we have here solar panels. So we first have to clean it, and after cleaning you understood that there are some numbers. Okay, after cleaning you saw there are some numbers on the solar panel. You can zoom in or you can zoom in your screen and you can check. There is actually a number which is odd one out. Okay, so there are so many 38s over here. There is one number here which is hiding. That is going to be the first two digits of your code. Okay, final code. The two-digit number forms the first and second character of the code of this room. So type in your answer, which is the odd one out number in this, numbers. Okay, among these numbers. Now, first, after finishing the first task, you can go to the second task, which is the charge the batteries, because of course there's a solar storm coming. We can't rely on, the solar panels because it will be cloudy and the dust will cover the sun. So we have to charge the battery. It's actually a backup, we do on other planets or even our ISS or other, satellite systems. Now, to charge the battery, you have to finish, you have to, unscramble this code. So the battery of the rover is now getting charged by the solar panels so that the rover can get the dash to start. So what to start? That answer is actually unscrambled. Okay, scrambled. Okay, now you have to unscramble these letters to find the code. And that code is the third letter of this answer. So first unscramble this code, and the third letter of that answer is actually the code for the third code for the final passcode. Now, after the third, after the second task, let's go and see the final task, which check the weight limits. We all know that the gravity on Mars is completely different than on Earth. Okay, so there is actually a limit of weights you can carry on a rover. Okay, now here we have given you some samples because we are taking these samples from here to another settlement. So what you have to do is you have to go through each of these different samples. There are like Earth weight is already given. You know the Mars Mars gravity and compared to our Earth. First, you have to convert all these Earth weight into Mars weight, and then you have to find the total weight. Okay, total weight of these samples on Mars. And then from that, you have to understand how many of these samples you can carry. Okay, how many of these samples you can carry to the next base without a weight problem. Now, after that, you can enter your final code. Okay, it's actually a combination of the first two digits are numbers, third digit is a letter which you will get from the second question, and the third is actually the units. Okay, how many units you can carry is going to be the third code. So write that, and when you submit, if you finish it by 30 minutes, you can escape from your Mars base. So let me see how many of you finished. Oh, I got it full. I can see everybody saying, okay,
Yeah,
there are
I guess the chat has started again, so I guess they have escaped. Let's ask them.
Yes. How many of you escaped from the room? Let me know and let us know in the comments. Okay, there are some people who actually did it. See, if you didn't get time to do it, we are actually going to put this link of this escape room or in our description. So you can come back and you can play this later on. So don't worry about it. It's just a learning session. Okay, we understood a lot from it. We understood different aspect of living in space. Okay, and that was the main motto. It was just escape room was just making it fun. So I can see so many of you finished. Okay, I can see so many of you are saying I did it, I did it. I'm happy actually that you all able to complete it because these are very, very tough puzzles and you finished it. It's
Yeah,
okay.
that
If
is
somebody exited. Yes, sir. Sorry.
that is appreciable because the questions were a little tricky, and if they escape to a safer environment, it's good.
Yes, true, sir. So let me just check how many of you responded here. Let me just. Okay, I hope everybody's out of your Mars space. If it's not, you can try this later. Let me just show you all
I guess
who
timer will
is.
be up.
Yes. Let's see who is. Okay, now we have so many answers over here. So many of you actually did.
No, the opposite.
All right. Yes, so we have some winners over here. I can see Vedasri Krishna. Very good, Vedasri. You completed 20 out of 20 questions and it was correct. Very good. You are the winner of today's escape room, but we have second and third positions also, like Ojas. Ojas completed 19 questions. That is appreciable because these are very, very, very tough puzzles. And you finished it in 30 minutes after reading all the instructions and manual. That is very good. And not so behind, we have Chris Angel also. She completed 16 out of 20 questions. So that is again appreciable. And don't worry about it. We have Mila Mitra ma'am also here. And so many participants, everybody. We have Hannah with 15 scores. So I'm just going through. So all these are recorded in our system. So even you're not there in the first part, you can actually play this again. You are going to understand a lot of concepts of living in space through this escape room. Okay. So yes, sir. Gavit sir, what do you think about?
Well, for me, it was a very, very interesting session because solving those puzzles, it actually we actually learned about what all situations we can face while we are living on another planet,
Yes.
right? So,
Okay. So don't worry, I can see somebody is asking how can we play again. Let me repeat that. We are going to put a link in our description of this live. So you can just go back. I mean, you can just click on that link and you can play this entire escape room again. And when you submit, we are actually recording all this. So we will be seeing who is the winner, who finished it, and all those things we will have. Okay. So don't worry about it. And also, if you're getting stuck somewhere, I already explained all these different puzzles with you all. So this is actually a recorded session. So you can come back and you can watch this entire video if you are getting stuck somewhere. All right. So don't worry about it. But let me just add with that. Tomorrow we have very interesting another session as a part of World Space Week. We are going to learn how ice, okay, searching for ice on different planet is important. Okay, so if you're interested to know what, not only interested, it's actually a very interesting session. So please, everyone, we will be doing a DIY. We'll be doing some experiments. So please, everyone, join for tomorrow's session also. It's going to be even, more exciting. All right. So, Gavisa, you want to add something? And also, congratulations for all the winners and all the participants. Yeah, sir.
yeah, I mean, who would have thought that living in space could be such a fun session to learn on? And tomorrow's session also that we will be learning about what can be the uses of ice in outer space settlements. So, see you all there also. And
Tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. I want everybody to join here because it's going to be very interesting. All right.
same place, same time, 6:30 p.m., same Spacetopia official, and see you all there.
Bye. Bye, everyone.